Good morning, welcome to Something Saturday. So I thought I was going to have a bit of a go at bleach stamping today, and then I tried it on black and it was absolutely terrible. But I did create these two, which, hang on a second, let's just, there we go. Okay, I'm going to put them back down again, refocus. Hopefully that does the job. And so one of them is actually using bleach stamping and the other one is actually using white. And I thought, oh, this is really cool. I should show you guys what I've done. So that's what I'm going to do, is show you. All right, so first of all, what you need is a bit of StazOn. So StazOn black ink, and it stays on as it says. So funny that. All right, so because it's a material pad, you can kind of squidge the ink on rather than needing to pat it on, as it were. That's one, and I shall just do the same with the other one. I find it's a little more effective when you sort of squidge the ink on. And there we go. So we've got two there. Unfortunately, StazOn does stay on your stamp as well, which is a bit of a shame. But if you give it, again, a good squidge on your on this, then it does take off some of it at least. I usually give it a really good rough up, and that actually gets rid of a little bit more as well. So it's not quite as bad. So there we go. It's still on there, but it's not quite as bad as if it was just left on there, if that makes sense. So there we go. Let's pop that out of the way. Which one shall we do first? Let's go the bleach first, because I know that needs a little bit of extra time to dry off. So this here, but we have a bit of Domestos bleach going on here. I have put some into my lid ready for me. You can probably barely see it in there. Funnily enough, it is clear. Who would have known? Then I have an old, what do you call it? Aqua painter. You don't have to use an aqua painter. You can just use a normal paintbrush, but make sure it has a nice pointy end to it, because that will mean that you can get into the nooks and crannies, as it were, a little bit easier. So I'm just going to do that, and I'm going to literally just paint this into all the gaps. So I will do this and I will shut up, and then I will go so much faster. Oh wow, I didn't realise that. Obviously I've drawn it across, and now I've got some rays of sunshine going onto my flower. Oh dear, didn't know about that. Wonder if maybe I should just do another ray or two of sunshine. That's interesting, isn't it? Whoops. I don't think I could do that again if I tried, to be honest. Oh well, never mind. Okay, so just clean your brush off, and it's amazing, isn't it, how fast that bleach just works on this paper. So I've used pecan pie cardstock. Ooh, makes you hungry, doesn't it? But I just, after having discovered that the black did absolutely nothing, as you can see there, because that is where I used the black, and I stamped it with white because I thought that would work, and yeah, it didn't work at all. Looks kind of cool, the black on the white, but not quite what I was after. Okay, so I'm not very happy with that. I might end up having to cut this one out, but we will see. So I will now leave that to dry so that all the bleach is completely dry. And we will move the bleach away from me because that's kind of smelling quite I had the room ventilated earlier, and when I do the videos I have to close the door so you don't hear all of everything else that's going on outside. So might be getting a bit high on the bleach now. Okay, so then I've got another aqua painter. This one does have a little bit of water in it, which is intentional with this with using white. So we're now using the Whisper White ink, which is a craft ink. It's ones that stay there. Let me put my teeth back in. It stays wet for longer, so potentially if you wanted to use it with embossing powder, you can actually use it that way as well. But it's a lot thicker, this ink. So this time we're just going to paint on some white. So, oh, and apparently I have Mozzie in here with me. Oh, God. So, as you can see, unless the process is speeded up like a video, then it actually is kind of time consuming to do this anyway, but it's quite rewarding, so I recommend it. You'll notice as I went along that I kept cleaning off my brush over here, and that's just to get rid of the excess ink that's on it and make sure that it's clean for the next time I use it, as it were. So now what I'm going to do, because this one has dried and this one hasn't, so I'm going to put that one to one side and let it dry. I can now start adding some extra colour into this one, because as you'll notice, they actually look a little different. So it's kind of cool that you can do this. So the first lot, this one here, I have used a bit of Petunia Pop in here. Then I've used a little bit of extra crushed curry in there, and I've used Lemon Lime Twist on the leaves. This time I thought I would try Gorgeous Grape on the flower, Old Olive on the leaves, and a little bit of Peach Pie in the middle. We will see how it turns out and whether it looks any different. It'll be interesting to see. So let's start with, getting it all over my finger, shall we? Gorgeous Grape. So if you press your ink pad together, in theory you should end up with a little reservoir of ink up on the top of this. And then, as I say, you can do this with a normal paintbrush and water. You don't have to use an aqua painter. And we're just going to add some of this colour into here. As I say, it will be interesting to see if that actually does look any different to the other one that I've done, because I don't know. Okay, well, that's the purple on that one. I didn't want to take it right to the very end. I just wanted it so it's a little bit in the middle like that. And then we'll add a little bit of this one. So I'm just sort of dotting this one around the edges of the middle of the flower. And then we're going to add a bit of old olive. So give it a good crush up and get that little bit of ink into there. And again, I don't really want to add green to the entirety of the leaves. Interesting. I wonder how it'll dry. So we will put it to one side and see how it dries. And I think the white is now dry, so I can just repeat the process with the white. Oops. Okay, so there we have it. We have my original one plus that one, and then again my original one plus this one. So interestingly, you can definitely tell the colours that I've used much more so in this than you can in the bleach, because the bleach has just also changed the colour. But the darker green looks better than the lighter green, I think. Although I quite like the lighter colour for the flower. So it's an interesting techniques, plural even. hop along to my blog and actually find out what I do with these cards, because I'm not going to do it straight away. I'm just going to work out exactly what I'm going to do with them before I do something with them, if that makes any sense at all. Okay, so thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have enjoyed the video. Check out my blog, come and join me next week. Yeah, and I really appreciate you joining me. Okay, bye.